if you're different and no one knows, doesn't matter, which really gets into marketing. And it really gets into salesmanship. I think the best customers have the courage to say, we've narrowed it down to you, this guy, and that guy. Why should we hire you? If they're that point blank about it, you need an answer. And you should say, well, Steve over there is really good with punk, and Julie over there is really good with rap, but you guys are not punk or rap. You guys are like an indie rock thing, and that's me. I do indie rock. That's why you should hire me. Or, well, Steve's pretty expensive, and honestly, he's really not better than I am. We're about the same, but I cost half of what Steve costs because I don't pay $5,000 a month in rent.
It's true.
Yeah, you need to be able to say, I'm better because of this, and not blush and not feel weird. And you can phrase this in a way where you're not throwing anyone else under the bus, and that's what I recommend you do. I hate throwing people underneath the bus, and I try to avoid that 100% of the time.
But I also, there's another part of this, and that is, if someone is to look you up, someone says, okay, Chris Graham's an amazing person to work with, and he's just an incredible guy, and you'll love to work with him, and you start Googling around Chris Graham mastering, what are they going to find? Well, everything that Chris Graham has done, he's built his online presence, his reputation, his social proof. He's done everything that he possibly can to support that statement. But if you go to John Doe down the road and say, oh, dude, John Doe's so fun to work with at the studio, you'll love him. And you go look up John Doe, and he's nowhere to be found, and he has no website, and there's nothing you can find about him. Or if you do worse, you find something, and it's nothing about what you just said fits the description, then you're going to really struggle. So you can have all of these differentiating factors that we're talking about here. You can do all of this, but if you are not communicating those facts to your potential customer, it doesn't matter. It's not going to make a difference. So just one example, let's just say you have an incredible experience. You have a cabin in the woods on a lake with boats and guns and insert whatever else here. You have kites, you have jump rope,
a rope swing into an old rock quarry filled with water.
You have a fun experience on top of a great studio with a great vibe, and that's decorated amazingly well and photographs well. If you have all of that on your website, you're going to crush it. If you have none of that on your website, you've just wasted time, effort, and money building all of those things out without communicating to your audience that you have these things. And that's basically what we want to leave you with is you have to be able to communicate and position yourself as an expert, and you have to show that you have these differentiating factors once you've answered that question.